Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 6th. It's probably around 9:15 or so here in the Pacific Northwest. This is sort of an update on a lot of our weird little projects going on, and show you this bit of nifty little bit of engineering that I've added to the rocket mass heater. Some stuff going on in the grow dome to discuss some of the stuff about silver, and to show you the progress on the Proa, where we're at there. So I'm standing in the grow dome at the moment. I had to do a bit of a rebuild on it. We've lost our ability to get enough sun to really be effective in terms of growing unless we supplement with lights, so that's what I'm doing. I've got something of a sinus headache. They've been spraying like mad chemtrails all night long and this morning. That aluminum is another reason to have the grow dome. Keep all of that stuff off the food. Anyway, so I'm supplementing with lights. I've got a winter garden started. I figured to go whole hog in terms of putting in serious light. Initially I was just going to use some LEDs to supplement for what sunlight we're lacking, and then I decided, since we don't really get any in December anyway, might as well just put in some serious lights and just try doing a basically an electric garden. The way that has to work, though, is that I've got to moderate the heat. I've got to be able to deal with storing it overnight. The dome gets hot even on any days that we might get sun. This has been a weird year for sun, even with all the chemtrails. So I've had to look for solutions there, which I'll show you in just a second. And then, so I've started our planting and getting everything going and rebuilding the dome. We've also been invaded over these past years by pervasive, invasive purple morning glory and white morning glory, and they're terrible in the soil, so I've had to go to container gardening in the grow dome, which is good because if we can ever get the property arranged, the property deal arranged, then we'll have to move all this stuff, which it's fine that it's in containers at that point. So I'll turn the camera around and we'll go through and I'll explain what's been going on here. I think I'll just work sort of in around the dome process, and we'll end up with some of the other bits and pieces of the boat. So I've ended up having to rebuild parts of it. Got some stuff in here for the rocket mass heater, some of the straw and cement and so on we've been using. And then over here is the new winter garden. Under the lights, stuff for my green smoothies, lentils, various different nut trees, and plantings on peas and other more usual crops. Trying a little bit of melons. We've got some tomatoes going, cucumbers, olive trees, that kind of thing. I've had to shift everything around to try and avoid and rebuild all of these old beds here that have the morning glory in them, which we're still working on. In any event, so that's all going good. We're getting a nice return on the investment for the effort here in the container gardening, and can cycle through these fairly fast. Nice beet greens there, got some tomatoes, raspberries and so on, undoing all of the beds here, which brings us over to our rocket mass heater, which it's been redone as well. It used to have an orientation this direction, so I rebuilt it, destroyed it, and turned it that way. It looks like sort of I don't know, maybe Frankenstein's tomb, a monster's tomb or something. It's still in the process of setting up and drying. But the interesting part of it, I won't be running it this morning because it's reasonably warm. We're just now getting rain, by the way. Finally, the chemtrails. So reasonably warm. That's great. We're going to be working out in the rain too. But what I've got here is a piece of 7-inch diameter tubing with an inline fan that's 6-inch, doing a Venturi effect. Now this pipe is simply hollow pipe that's attached to a string at the top. It has that inline fan in there that is sucking air down from the top, running it down through the pipe and pumping it into the rocket mass heater. So even if we're not running the heater at all, not burning anything in it, and the air is hot, then we're still storing it. These things are called climate batteries. Usually it would go to a manifold box, which would have a bunch of big black tubes running in through the soil. and the idea would be to heat the whole area of the soil. But I'm not going to be here permanently. I had this available in terms of a mass. This is filled with cement and urbanite and old bricks and stuff. Urbanite is just busted up concrete and things. And anyway, so I figured, what the hell? We just run it through and capture our heat within the mass here from whatever solar gain we've got. My temperature is a little light at the moment. I don't know that we're going to be getting enough heat during the rest of the day, so maybe later on I'll come on over and start firing up the stove to get it going. I want to maintain a low level temperature down here that's in excess of probably about 63 degrees, just so that we don't get this chill effect on the plants. I could raise them up, but that's another project for another day. Anyway, so we'll brave the rain and go and look at the stuff going on with the boat. And let's see, what we've got here are the foils. We're making new foil sleeves. Our last one's twisted out on us because of a flaw in the design I had, so I've had to redo this. These are the rudders for the Proa. They're protected by paper and cling film. Carbon fiber with resin has been put on them. It'll be all trimmed off this morning. This area here will be finished out. Then another layer of carbon fiber goes over it, and it'll be just impervious. This is structural foam with a lot of resin in it. And it'll be used to turn the rudder when we're underway and actually guide us around and direct us to where we're going to go. So now I'll go and get us out to the boat area.